So hey guys, what's up? So couldn't do a stream tonight. I had everything all set up. I set the elgato up for a capture of the SNES Mini that Teromee provided me. Thank you very much, Teromee. It's awesome. I was really stupid excited to sit here and play some Super Nintendo games with you guys, and the internet derped out again. And so I'm getting pretty discouraged about it. I'm starting to feel like fate's almost telling me just to make videos on VidMe and YouTube or something like that, because I'm not able to get streams out for the past 4 months at a consistent rate. So anyways, that's a whole nother thing. So let's go ahead and flip this thing on. And what I want to do is give you guys kind of like a walk through the menu, show you guys like some of the things like the attract mode and stuff like that, and we'll go through a couple games and stuff. And then tomorrow, if I still don't have anything, what we'll do is we'll go back through. I'm probably going to restart my gameplay of Super Mario World again, but what I'll do is I'll go through and I'll edit it so we catch up to where we were, and then that will just be, we'll go on from there. So I'm obviously really excited to play other games on here too, and if playthrough videos is what I end up having to do, then that's what I'll do for these. But really wanted to stream it, really want to keep streaming, and yeah. Anyways, so let's take a look at the menu. As you can see here, we have everything's controlled through the Super Nintendo controller, and let me bring it up here for you guys. And so, as far as the games, if you don't know, go through these real quick. We have Contra 3D Alien Wars, Donkey Kong Country, Earthbound, F-Zero, Final Fantasy 3, Kirby's Superstar, which I played. I've never played it before, and I actually had a little bit of fun with it. Kirby's Dream Course. This is freaking awesome. I have to do a gameplay video on this just alone. It's basically Kirby Golf. I love it. It's freaking sweet. Mega Man X. Mega Man X is so freaking good. It's still so good to this day. So here's the one I got confused with. I thought I had played Secret of Mana. What I had actually played was Secret of Evermore. I've never touched Secret of Mana, and I hear a lot of good things about it, so I'm excited to try that. Star Fox, believe it or not, was actually, a lot of kids, when they got a Super Nintendo, got Super Mario Brothers. I actually got Star Fox first, before Super Mario Brothers. So this is actually my first Super Nintendo game, and I'll probably play through a little bit for fun. Star Fox 2. As you can see, it tells me to clear stage 1 and Star Fox to unlock it, so. Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I am excited that this is on this collection and not the Super version. The Super version had some issues for me. There's some issues with delays between fireballs and things like that. The best version of all of them has been Turbo. Now, granted, you don't get Feelong and all those guys, or DJ, but it was kind of like cut down. They kind of crunched that game onto a 4-meg cart, and there's like audio missing and things like that. So if I had to have a version of Street Fighter 2, I'd much prefer Turbo over Super. Maybe that was what their thinking was, or maybe they didn't want to release it because they have a version of Super on the Switch. So, Super Castlevania 4, one of my favorite games on the Super Nintendo of all time. And I think I'll probably do a playthrough of this just for Halloween. Super Ghouls and Ghosts, love this game too. It's a great game, but it's freaking hard. Super Mario Kart. I mean, Super Mario Kart is one of my favorite Mario Karts, and all my friends crap on it. I don't know how you guys feel about it. Let me know down below, in the comment. Super Mario RPG, Legend of 7 Stars, Super Mario World, Super Metroid, freaking excited to have that. Believe it or not, that's a game I didn't have when it was out. It just kind of came out, and where I lived, it never got restocked or anything like that. So it was a pretty common game, but for some reason where I lived, it never showed up again. Had a crap ton of copies of Super Punch-Out. But anyways, there's Super Punch-Out. And Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. I need to play this again. I need to play Legend of Zelda again. I don't think I ever beat it. I think I got pretty far and just stopped as a kid. And Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. I had this on Game Boy Advance, never had it on Super Nintendo, so I'm excited to check this one out. Alright, so let's just get into the game and see how quickly I launch. So let's launch Contra. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. They have an easy. They do have an easy mode. I could cheat, but we're just gonna try normal. Alright, let's give this a shot. So, the Super Nintendo Classic Edition has some weird things going on where they did some things for anti-seizure measures. I don't know if you guys caught that in a shield, but they're trying to reduce some of the overbearing flashing. So, like, if I hit my bomb, you can see that there's like a softness around the edges of it, and not like on the original where it was like a very hard, harsh, you know, edge. Damn. I suck at this game. I haven't played this in... I didn't actually have this, but I haven't played this in forever. Last time I played this, I probably rented it at, like, Farm or something like that. There's so many games, though, like this that I'm glad I got this, because I started playing them, and I'm just, like, freaking addicted to it. I played this for, like, a solid, like, hour and a half the other night. And I still didn't get past the boss on the first level. I need to get reacquainted with all this stuff. Oh, okay, we got like the concussion missiles. I think that's what C's supposed to stand for. Look how cool the fire is. The fire effects look neat. Okay, stay away from me. Almost got my ass. I probably did get my ass singed. Ah, damn it, I missed him. Okay, here comes the weird turtle thing. Yes. Some slowdown there. I beat him. That's the first time I've ever beaten him. I know, that's a sad statement for anybody else that plays the crap out of this game. What the hell? Oh, okay, you turn using L and R. Oh wow, this is weird. Ah. Okay, if you double tap, you can spin faster, right? Yeah, alright. Oh, this is so neat. Oh, I'm dead. Oh no, I'm still alive. Okay, cool. The soundtrack is almost Genesis-like with the way the music is. Ah, crap. Okay, that was pretty cool. Alright, so to go back to the menu at any time, you just hit reset. And so one thing I noticed is certain games like Donkey Kong Country, for instance, right, can look pretty harsh on a modern LCD. So here, I'll just launch it real quick and show you guys what I'm talking about. Here's a nice Rare logo. It looks nice in HD. It really does look nice. I mean, 720, it does a great job. But it just seems like it's a little... Like, these pre-rendered graphics, for instance, are not holding up the same way that I expect, like, pixel graphics to hold up. So what I figured out, we'll hit reset again to go back to the main menu, is if you go up here, and you click on display, and you go over to CRT filter, it may not be the prettiest thing. It's a little bit blurry, but it's definitely cleaner than you would expect, right? It does, like, the CRT did like a natural, almost like anti-aliasing to like the hard edges and everything, and I think when you see it like this, it looks much better in my opinion than it would have been if you do it without scan lines or a CRT filter. I think their CRT filter, compared to what I've seen on PC, sucks pretty bad in some cases. I definitely feel that the CRT filter on stuff like Retro Arch or Arc or something like that is a much cleaner, better looking one. Like, this is basically scan lines with like a weird blurry filter on it. But if you're sitting away from the TV, which is kind of hard because the cords are still only like, 5 feet from the console, but there's ways around that. There is, like, you can get like an 8-bit controller, a retro receiver, plug it in and do this thing wirelessly if you wanted to. But this to me is definitely, I can see why they put a CRT filter on here. There's certain cases for it to like why you would want it. So they have 3 things here. They have the 4x3 we're used to. They have the CRT filter. And they also have this Pixel Perfect, which is supposed to be square filters. And then down below they have these frames. And these frames are pretty interesting. I actually almost kind of pick them based on the game that I'm playing. So, like, for instance, like, a good one for, like, Contra probably would have been, like, the City one for me. Or I tend to use this for Street Fighter for some reason. I don't know why it's like that in my head. Star Fox, I use like the Galaxy stuff. There's a really cool looking wood one. Let's go check out some Star Fox. So let's go ahead and open up Star Fox 2, which means we have to beat the first level of Star Fox, which is easy. Alright, we can skip the training because I've played Star Fox before. And we just need to beat the first level. The weird thing is almost everything on Super Nintendo games, A's confirmed, B's back. And that's how I remember is B is back. But it's weird. It's even like that on the console UI, but certain games like Star Fox did it the other way around.
Good luck.
Where B is confirmed. Okay, so like I'm gonna hit this real quick here, and you could also make an argument that Star Fox would be a good game for the CRT filter. So we'll just go back here. Now, what you can do with your SNES games is you can actually do suspend points. So you can hold Y, right? And if I want to say make a mistake or something, I can go back to my suspend point here and actually hit X. And you can see it's actually going back from 45 minutes. So some games actually go up to like 7 minutes, I guess. I guess, like, we'll have to check it out. I think Mega Man X was supposed to be one of those games. And any time when you want to do your thing, you just go back in here and there it is. So the scan lines do help with certain cases, like pre-rendered stuff like Super Mario RPG, Donkey Kong Country, to these polygon effects, early polygon effects like on the Super FX chip. But when it comes to like regular pixel graphics, I tend to turn all this off because I like the look of it better. And some people are going to like the more square pixels of like pixel perfect, but I think I need to have the 4x3 stretch. That's the way I remember the games. Now, what would happen here is usually you can see like there's like a black line around the border. The game would normally take that up. This is the way the Super FX games ran, is a little bit cropped in like this, or had a little bit of a black border. And that's just so they didn't have to power as much real estate, so they can do some of these 3D graphics. Because they were just borderline pushing the crap out of the Super Nintendo with this stuff. So see, like I screwed up there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and turn that off because it doesn't bother me that bad. I think with Star Fox I'm fine with it looking the way that it does. We can do that. And we go back. And it'll pause it for you. Oop. And there we go. I went through all the rings, so now I got twin blasters. So, yeah, it's cheating, but it's really convenient, and I can tell you, playing Super Mario World, I like it better this way, because whenever you would go back to a save, it just starts with your 5 lives for Mario. Every time that you quit, it's like, you don't get your lives back. But with this, any progress I made and lives that I accumulated, I get to keep. Everything must die. Everything.
Incoming enemy.
Yeah, still got it. So for you guys that don't know, in Star Fox, if you're being shot with a laser, you can actually double tap to do a roll on L and R, and if you time it right, it'll actually deflect the blast. Okay, there we go. First level beat. So let's see if this unlocks Star Fox 2. Okay, so let's just go back in here. And there we go, we did it. We just unlocked Star Fox 2. Sweet. Let's enjoy it for a minute. Oh. It only gives me so much time, and it's like, no, you must now play this other thing. So to go back down here to the suspend feature, one thing I do want to say is, like, when you're on it, you can actually click down on the D-pad and lock it, so nobody can easily get rid of it. But if for some reason you want to move it to another slot or completely delete it, there you go. So, you know, I've heard some concern to people not understanding that you can actually delete them. It doesn't mean that all the spots are, you know, full all the time. So, yeah. It works out pretty well. The thing I will tell you is, like, instinctively, you kind of want to, like, go like this and start the game, expect your game to be there, and that's not how it works. So when you're in the menu, you need to press down, access it, and then press A, and it'll start where the suspend feature, or the suspend point was. Alright, so let's check out Star Fox 2. It's a big squiddy. Or a dragon. With a Death Star array, apparently. So this is technically supposed to be Super FX 2. And I've heard that the frame rate's supposed to be better in this. Cutscenes. Okay, so a little background about Star Fox. Star Fox was originally being made by a guy named Dylan Cuthbert. He made a game called X on Game Boy that was also a polygon game. He's always tried to push 3D graphics back in the early days. And he was doing this without an FX chip. He was doing this just on straight up Game Boy hardware. It's kind of wireframey looking, but it was enough to get him noticed and to get Nintendo to say, hey, can you do this for originally the Nintendo Entertainment System. And so the Super Nintendo was coming out, and it had some expandability to it, to where you could actually put like chips in the cartridges and stuff and be able to do things like that. And so when Star Fox finally got done, and originally it was called the Mario chip, and I can't remember the full acronym for it. It was an acronym for something like mathematic algorithmic something. And it all ended up happening to be like Mario. So when it came to this game, and the Super FX chip kind of caught some steam for this and some other games like what was it? Stunt Race FX used it, and then there was like a really crappy like motocross game called Dirt Tracks FX that I think Acclaim did, but it was enough to get them to want to push, 3D a little bit more. So they did it with the Super FX 2. And the only games I know of that actually came out using Super FX 2 was Yoshi's Island and Doom were the only two. There was supposed to be a helicopter game called Comanche, I think is what it was. And then there was also supposed to be this game was supposed to be Star Fox 2. So, I'm not saying I don't like Star Fox 64, right? But I've always liked Cuthbert's version of Star Fox better than what Miyamoto's gone and done on his own. Star Fox 64 is fine. It has a place. But I tend not to like a lot of Star Fox games, and I noticed, I like the original on Super Nintendo, and I really liked Star Fox Command, which also turned out to be Cuthbert that worked on that. And a lot of things that were in Star Fox Command apparently came from this, like the strategy map and stuff like this. So what happens here in Star Fox 2, as you're going through and picking where you want to go in the galaxy, things are going to move. So it's like a game of chess almost is the way to see it, right? And these points that are being taken over that are flashing here are basically random with each game. And it gets a little bit harder every time. So what we have here is where this cursor is our planetary defense. Now I can see that the gun is up here pointed this way, so I'm not too worried about it not taking these guys out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go after this asteroid here, or this meteor, and try to go after that particular target. Okay, so we'll see what the planetary defense does. Okay, and I got intercepted. And it's Pigma from Star Wolf. Now in Star Fox 2, you actually have a charge function on your laser, sort of like Mega Man. So that's where that came from. It didn't come from 64. Kill him. So every time that you're in a dogfight or something like that, it takes time, and that time's added to the strategy map to show where everything's at. Okay, so you can see the planetary defense here didn't take out this missile. And it's getting dangerously close. I don't think I can intercept it in time. So it took out 15% on Corneria, right? Now the planetary defense is charging, so I gotta go take these fighters out. Oh, okay, the planetary defense got it. So let's go back this way. Okay, we gotta take these guys out. Okay, this guy's giving me a hard time. Really, I fire a nuke at him and he doesn't notice. So, as he keeps bringing waves towards you, you have to take that into consideration. So now he's sending out the dragon thing with a Death Star laser, which is great. And your ultimate goal here is to avoid Corneria getting 100% damage. After that, it's too late. You can't do anything about it. So this game is insanely interesting in the way that it plays. It plays very different from Star Fox 1 to the point where, I don't know if you noticed, but like every situation, it's like an open map that you're running around, not a rail shooter. Okay, let's take this son of a bitch out. The frame rate's tanking there pretty good. Okay, we took him out, but we're hurt pretty bad. I took a little bit too much damage there. Okay, so that guy can go eat a root. So let's try going back to the meteor again. Okay, so a lot of the planets, a lot of meteors and stuff, you gotta get into a secret base. And usually it's like 2 switches. Sometimes the switches are hidden, sometimes they're out in the open. As you can see, we're already in a open area. So you walk back and forth in strafe with the D-pad, and you can jump, and you can fire. If I hit select at any time, I go back into R-Wing mode. If I hit select again, I'm back into walker form. Ooh, the frame rate's really tanking there. So it just kind of auto aims. It doesn't really... I'm using L and R to keep my rotation towards it. But it doesn't really do... Okay, he had to switch. So I gotta stand on the switch. And that's gonna open the door. So how many switches you have and whatnot, and any enemies you have to fight. It kind of randomizes a little bit, but usually the goal's pretty much the same. I don't know how much longer I'm going to last here. I'm pretty beat up. Come on, open up. You know you want to. Okay, apparently my special weapon's a shield. Alright, the frame rate's absolutely tanking there. Okay, a couple last things here is I'm going to show you guys last little bits of the menu. Up on the top here we have a few sections here of different things. We have, just to finish up the displays, actually there's not much else to show you there. Options, we have gameplay demo, I'll show you guys how that runs if you just let it sit. We have screen burn-in reduction, so basically it gets dim after a little while. I don't know too many, like this is probably for like people with like older plasma displays and stuff. I don't think this is really for LCD users. There is a reset to factory default, which will relock Star Fox, get rid of all your saves, all that stuff. You have to hold the button down to confirm it, so as you can see it has to get bigger and bigger, and then it will actually say reset or not, and we're going to cancel that. So they took a lot of caution to make sure you don't do that. Over here we just have a language set. It does it when you first turn the console on. And we have, ooh, fun, legal notices. And then over here we have manuals. So for manuals they give you a QR code. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it for the walkthrough, guys. This is what it's like. The only other thing I can show you here is if you hit select, it'll go for like different sorting methods: 2-player, recently played, by played or times played, by release date. They actually do have that, so it will go into release date order, which Star Fox 2 is obviously last in that case. By publisher, which is interesting. And then back to title. So like, I will say I've done a little bit of hacking with this. And what I found is all that data is actually very meticulously in there, which is kind of cool. I actually really like that. And I tried to get a little bit of a hack going on, but it won't flash a proper custom kernel. So unfortunately right now I can't do it, but when that becomes available, I'll be definitely doing a hack to put some custom games on here. I think that what I have to do is whatever game I'm kind of going through a gameplay on now, I'm going to have to finish before I do that, because I have to reset the console back to factory settings, typically do that, or else stuff gets corrupt and whatnot. So anyways, hopefully you guys liked this video. Hopefully you found it informative if you're thinking about picking one of these up if they become available. And so if you like this video, be sure on VidMe, give me an upvote, because if you like it and you give me upvotes, it actually helps and gets us noticed, gets it put on the front page of VidMe, you know, and stuff like that. And here's the demo, so we'll just let the demo roll out with all this. But this is what it does. It plays through games and stuff, and it's basically going back through, like, you know, my last gameplay or something like that, or it'll just do like a straight up demo of like the filters and stuff like that. But anyways, I'm rambling. So anyways, guys, thanks for checking this out. Thanks for watching this video. Sorry I wasn't able to stream tonight. I feel really bad because I got the elgato and I was like stupid happy, but hey, at least I can do something with it. So anyways, guys, be kind to each other, and I'll see you in the next video.